Trooper Byrd, famous for his perfect pit maneuvers, is now a field training officer, passing down his knowledge and skills to the next generation of Arkansas State Police troopers. Let's take a look at one of the first cases handled under his guidance as an instructor. On February 12, 2026, officers with the Little Rock Police Department were already in an active pursuit and urgently called for assistance. Trooper Lyons responded and quickly took over as the primary unit, with Trooper Jacob Byrd riding in the passenger seat in his role as field training officer as they joined the high-speed chase. The suspect likely noticed Trooper Jacob Byrd sitting in the passenger seat and decided it was time to give up. The vehicle came to a stop, and officers conducted a felony stop at gunpoint, ordering the driver to exit the car. The suspect complied and was taken into custody without any further incident. On February 10, 2026, deputies executed a search warrant at a rural residence in East Ouachita County. 2 suspects were taken into custody, but a third individual, David Davenport, a convicted felon with an active warrant, armed himself and retreated into the attic. Officers established a perimeter and requested the Arkansas State Police Special Weapons and Tactics team. When Davenport suddenly exited the home and fled, the situation turned into an active pursuit. Davenport ran to a motorcycle left at the scene and fled at high speed, prompting troopers to pursue him across open fields and rural roads. After crashing while attempting a turn, he was confronted at gunpoint and repeatedly asked officers to kill him. A taser was deployed, but he managed to escape into the woods. Officers secured the area and conducted an extensive search with a K-9 team. However, he was not located, and the operation was later concluded, with additional charges expected. On February 13, 2026, Trooper Ryan Wingo initiated a stop involving a motorcycle operated by Thomas Funderburk of Royal, Arkansas. During the encounter, the rider pulled into a private lot and attempted to maneuver around large boulders in an effort to flee.
Brings 1037. Go ahead. Disregard. He finally pulled over. It's going to be a green motorcycle. Pulled over here at airport and Lakeshore.
The pursuit came to an end when the rider turned into a private lot in an attempt to evade capture. As he maneuvered around large boulders, a black truck positioned itself in his path and blocked any further escape. With nowhere left to go, the motorcycle was stopped, and troopers moved in to safely detain the driver without further incident. On February 15, 2026, Oklahoma City police tried to stop a gray pickup driven by a 17-year-old, but he sped away instead. The truck ran red lights, drove the wrong way on streets, and reached very high speeds.
23rd Drive. He's taking off on gray Chevy pickup. Partial tag is Robert David 427. Yeah, I'm going to be in pursuit coming up to red. Yeah, I'm in pursuit. Just ran red light south. On Southwest 23rd. South on Broadway. Turn south on Broadway from Southwest 23rd. Turning east on Southwest 25th. Ran a stop sign.
Your incident has been updated.
South on Shields. South on Shields.
The pursuit continued through city streets as the pickup weaved between traffic, ignored stoplights, and at times drove the wrong way. Officers followed closely, deploying multiple pit maneuvers to try to slow or stop the vehicle, while the teen driver repeatedly attempted to evade capture, creating a dangerous situation for both law enforcement and other motorists.
We lost the tire back there. West on 23rd, or east on 23rd, it's not going to lose it. Yeah, blue tire. TBI.
Her name was 20 or 33rd in Chartel. Out of it. 10:30, we do not need ambulance.
Stop!
After several miles and roughly 8 minutes of intense pursuit, a final maneuver successfully disabled the truck near Southwest 31st Street. The teens were then taken into custody without further incident. Both now face complaints for eluding police and other traffic-related offenses. On September 14, 2025, TFC Brown initiated a traffic stop on a white 2018 Chrysler 300 Hellcat near MLK in Atlanta, Georgia. As he approached the vehicle, the driver suddenly fled southbound at high speed, merging onto Interstate 20 West.
It's a white Chrysler 300.
Get off my J-Lo. God damn! Hey, get out the way! God damn it! Go ahead.
The pursuit continued off the interstate toward the JLO area, where the driver became extremely reckless, striking the driver's side mirror of another vehicle while weaving between cars. The suspect kept driving at high speeds, showing little regard for public safety, before turning south onto Lawton Street and continuing onto Cascade Road into a residential neighborhood.
Alright, he's making a left turn. Hey, right turn. One of y'all stay on Cascade. He's gonna go back to Cascade. Right turn on Chatham. Hey, go south, go south, go south. He didn't come north. He made a right turn on Avon. I think he's going back to Cascade.
Clear, right turn on Avon Avenue for Chatham.
The suspect continued traveling at dangerous speeds, endangering others, before turning south onto Lawton Street and then onto Cascade Road through a residential area. Officers eventually lost visual contact with the vehicle, and the other car that had been struck during the pursuit was never located. On January 25, 2024, Trooper Brown received a stolen vehicle alert for a Chevrolet Malibu. While traveling on Commerce Drive, he spotted a matching vehicle and began following it. The driver pulled into a private lot but quickly fled, initiating a pursuit. The vehicle weaved recklessly through the lot, crossed Commerce Drive, and continued eastbound through Camp Creek Marketplace, ignoring stop signs and traffic controls.
We're over here by Target and the Marketplace. Stand by. We almost lost it. Shelby Lane coming up to Lowe's off of Commerce.
Shelby Lane and Commerce.
All right, we're going to be in the Lowe's parking lot.
In the Lowe's parking lot. Okay, we're back to the Lowe's parking lot for time, guys. Alright, 114 secondary. Eastbound on Cat Creek, coming up 285. 715 set up for kid. Hold on.
I can't get it.
The pursuit continued at high speeds through multiple streets and parking lots, with the suspect driving recklessly and ignoring stop signs and traffic controls. The vehicle weaved through Commerce Drive, Camp Creek Marketplace, Shelby Lane, and even a Lowe's parking lot before fleeing onto I-285 southbound. The driver repeatedly attempted to evade capture, creating a dangerous situation for both officers and the public throughout the chase.
We got my watch the road. Black tires, pink black tires. And look at the block.
The suspect fled west on Shelby Lane, through a Lowe's parking lot, back onto Commerce Drive, and onto I-285 southbound before exiting at Camp Creek Parkway. After losing control over a raised divider, Trooper Brown performed a pit maneuver to disable the vehicle. The driver ran but was stopped with a second taser deployment by TFC Camerod. Identified as Marquavius Tarek Beasley, He had multiple canceled licenses and outstanding warrants and was taken into custody and transported to Clayton County Jail. On November 24, 2025, Trooper Wilfred Blanchette spotted a silver Honda Accord with mismatched plates speeding on Route 2A. The driver, Jesus Santiago, fled onto I-395 and Route 2, reaching speeds up to 120 miles per hour despite stop sticks.
Good pit, and we're going to be continuing speeds 35 miles an hour. And a second person into the guardrail.
After authorized intentional collisions, the Accord crashed into the median guardrail. Santiago was arrested without incident, and passenger Tyloin Reddick resisted briefly before being taken into custody. Both faced multiple motor vehicle and narcotics charges.